ladies and gentlemen, the big band of Barry Obama and the All-Stars, bringing you back here on the PM Show Weekend Edition with the one and only Fred Dreyer.
Man, I love this time of the year, and it's just so American to celebrate Christmas and to have the kids and the family, the grandkids, to go out shopping and to be free and to not have to worry about all of the slings and arrows you have to suffer every day just to leave your house and go out and do what is natural and very simple as an everyday task, and
what is going on? What is that again? What is that? The chicken? Someone left that door open over there.
I think the chicken door is open. Let's see what's inside there.
Open it up.
$5. I think when you say, I'll bet you 10,000, that immediately shows you can't relate to your average person.
Can I ask a question about this? Because my question is, look, you say to somebody, I bet you $1 million I'm right. I bet you $5,000. I think people are just hooking onto this.
Absolutely.
Close the door if you would. There you go.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Nothing is going on in there.
Yeah. We got about 3 triple grade A's that just got laid.
Yeah.
I got those.
Keep them. You never can. You might eat them on the way down to Santa Ana today.
Thank you, double yokers right there. I could use them.
Gee whiz.
Those are huge.
Eric Holder. Let's wrap up. Eric Holder, give me number 9. Now, hold on just a second, Tom. Let me just set this up. Eric Holder was grilled by James Sensenbrenner, ostensibly called him a liar, asked him the difference between lying and what he thought he was saying. And he says, and Eric Holder said, well, play number 8 again so we can go into number 9.
Number 8 again. Here we go with Eric Holder. And this was James Sensenbrenner.
Nobody in the Justice Department has lied.
Why was the letter withdrawn?
The letter was withdrawn because there's information in there that was inaccurate. The Justice Department letter of February...
Okay, well, tell me what's the difference between lying and misleading Congress in this context?
If you want to have this legal conversation, it all has to do with your state of mind and whether or not you had the requisite intent to come up with something that can be considered perjury or a lie.
Sounds like it's what do you mean by what is meaning of the word is? What's your state of mind?
And there's a consequence to all this stuff, and the things that they lied about killed people. Go to number 9.
I mean, I think the way it was carried out, I would certainly say it was flawed, reckless. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. I mean, it was done inappropriately and has had tragic consequences and is going to, as I said in my opening statement, it's going to continue to have tragic consequences.
More people are going to die, probably.
Unfortunately, I think that's probably true.
You're under arrest. I'm cuffing him right there.
Cuff him right there.
You're under arrest.
Hey, you're Hunter. What can I tell you?
You're
Hunter
under
takes
arrest.
him out of the court right now.
I'm telling him right now.
That's it.
You're under investigation all the way through the holiday season. Don't even think about hitting that punch bowl.
There you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, Fred Dreyer, starting Hunter. He's got it down. That's it.
There's got to be a consequence to this.
Take him away.
Now, I said earlier, again, I don't want to be redundant, but I will, because we're
Say it again
if you would,
because I didn't quite hear it the first time.
And that is this. I believe that there is a huge possibility that the base is going to walk away from Newt and Romney.
You really think this is true?
Yeah. Well,
you think they're going to go to Bachmann or Santorum because they're more true? Because what about Ron Paul?
Ron Paul is crazy.
The only problem I have with Ron Paul is I want to get him a shirt that fits him. That his neck is so thin. Do you ever see those shirts that he wears? They're like huge around that neck of his over there. They need to put like stuffing in there to keep his neck warm.
They don't make a shirt. They don't make a shirt that would fit his neck.
It must be. And sometimes his head falls back down, and you just see the top of the shirt, and he's got to really stretch up to push his head out over that opening.
Yeah, he has wrist neck.
Wrist neck?
He has wrist neck.
What is wrist neck?
He's got a neck the size of your wrist.
Like a wrist neck.
He's got wrist neck.
Thank you.
And they don't make a shirt. You have to go to the Omaha to the factory.
He needs a tubular shirt.
The boys Husky department, and
the boys Husky.
You've got to get yourself a shirt for a 6-month-old placenta.
He needs elastic, something that would cling to the neck.
Yeah,
the
you
neck
actually
surface
need
area.
the same elastic you would around a pair of underwear, but for a wrist.
Thank you. Okay, so you think they're going to go back to Santorum?
So I think they're going to go back to Santorum and
Michelle Bachmann.
But here's what Dick Cheney has to say about Newt. Number one.
Thing I remember about Newt, we came to Congress together at the same time.
Right.
78. And when Newt showed up, he said, we can become the majority. We can take back the House of Representatives. We hadn't had the House since the 1940s. And initially, none of us believed him. But he was persistent and he was tenacious. He kept it up, and kept it up, and kept it up. And finally, by 94, he's the newly elected Speaker of the House of Representatives with a Republican majority. So I wouldn't underestimate.
I like him. I agree with that, and I think that's why Newt's the front runner. People are liking that he's straightforward like that.
Well, here's what Newt has to say about his conservative credentials. Number three.
Number 2 or 3?
No, number 3.
Number 3, I'm sorry.
The fact is that I balanced the budget for 4 consecutive years. And we did so while cutting taxes and increasing employment. So people went back to work. They left welfare. They left food stamps. They left unemployment. They left Medicaid. Who else has a record of that level of achievement?
Yeah.
You know, and I think I worked with Reagan in 79-80. I worked with Reagan for 8 years in defeating the Soviet Empire. I think those are relatively conservative credentials.
Well, those may be conservative credentials, but that isn't all of it. This Newt is all over the map. You know, I do like how his articulation. I do like an awful lot of things about him, but he's got to have to prove to the base that he is a true conservative and he's selling conservatism. If not, my philosophy is going to hold up. They're going to go back to Santorum and Bachmann. We'll continue right after these words.
Do you own a car you no longer want and you don't have the time or energy to sell it? Donate your car to Heritage for the Blind. Your donation is tax deductible and your car will be totally